My day begins well before most people are out of bed. All the long days and sleepless nights drive me to be the best. We absolutely slayed them in here. Alright, let's get up here and we'll turn them loose. He's got the place tore up. The sun's going down. We got one more farm to hit. That's commitment there.
We've been turning them up. This is 8. Pretty good odds.
We're good at what we do. This is my story. This is my time. This is trapping time.
Trapping Time is brought to you by Blind Turtle at blindturtle.net, Smokey's Deer Lures at smokiesdeerlure.com, Blackwater Hunting Services at blackwaterhunting.com, Southern Ohio Outfitters at southernohiooutfitters.com, Papio Creek Trapping Supply at papiocreektrappingsupply.com, Big Game Gut Glove at biggamegutglove.com, Hunters Help Technologies at huntershelp.com, Night Owl Lures at nightowllures.com, Hilltop Outdoor Supply at hilltopoutdoorsupply.com, Dakota Line Snares at dakotalinesnares.com, PCS Outdoors at pcsoutdoors.com, Duke Trap Company at duketraps.com, Old South Trapping Lures at oldsouthLures.com, Webster's Predator Control at shop.websterspredatorcontrol.com, Little Whiskey Girl at littlewhiskeygirl.com, Wolf Creek Products at wolfcreekproducts.net, Southern Snares and Supply at southernsnares.com, Lennon Lures at lennonlures.com, Murray's Trapping Supply at murrayslures.com, Smitty's Stretchers and Trapping Supplies. Look them up on Facebook. Hags Brand Trapping Products by J3 Outdoors at j30.com.
Hello folks and welcome to this week's show. This week we're in central Mississippi and we're water trapping. You know, everybody has that one animal that they just really want to catch. You know, a lot of guys it's coyotes, a lot of guys it's a wolf. Mine was American otter. I tell you what, for my whole life I've always wanted to catch an otter. You know, when I would open up the pages of Fur Fishing Game and Trapper and Predator Caller, I would sit there and I would be like, I want to catch one of those so bad. Being from Pennsylvania, you know, that was never an option. Well, Justin Rogers from Old South Trapping Lures, he invited me to come down and try running an otter line with him so maybe he could get me onto one of the, you know, the things I sought, my so-called unicorn. We headed to Mississippi and we fought rising water, torrential downpours. Let's join up with Justin and he's going to show me what I'm supposed to be after.
Alright guys, this is a log right here. You see another channel? There's a big beaver pond over here and a big beaver pond over here. It's this channel that goes through it. There's a log here. There's also a log under the ground, under the water here. I set this a couple of days ago. We got an otter. Probably a nice little female with 330 good neck and body catch. That's what we're after.
Ah, so that's what I'm after. He had to show me one first before he would put me on one so I could catch one.
So they're just traveling from beaver dam to beaver dam. This thing's been here forever. I trapped this before. They know when they get hit, they gotta dive to the bottom. I set the 330 right on the bottom, and you can see she went right into it. So we're gonna get this reset and check it again tomorrow.
You know, back home, I like to think that I'm a pretty successful beaver trapper. You know, after following Justin around for a couple of days, I realized there was a lot of similarities with the type of trapping I do up north for beavers that he was using to catch these otters. You know, we were using the diving logs. You know, he caught this otter. It was diving through a channel, driving under a log. We use that set all the time back home. Some of the other sets that we were using were crossover sets. Now back home, that is completely illegal, even for beaver. But down south, it's very, very successful. When we come back, we're gonna go check my otter traps and see if I'm lucky enough to put one in my pack. The Graduating Auger by Papio Creek. It's another tool that helps you put paws on your pan. Go check it out at PapioCreekTrappingSupply.com.
For some of us, trapping season never ends. It's in our blood. It defines the very person we are. Let Southern Snares be part of your trapping world. Be sure to try out our best-selling capital punishment predator bait and our new pure gator oil.
The Big Game Gut Glove is revolutionizing the way big game hunters and trappers are successful in the field. The 26-inch version fits over your elbows and protects you and your expensive hunting clothing from blood or cold water. They're made to fit your hands from extra small to extra large.
What I like about them, I can feel with them.
Existing products on the market don't give you the feel or protection you need. Wet or dry, the special non-slip grip bonds tightly to whatever you're handling. The Big Game Gut Gloves are reusable so you save money and promote going green. This portion of the show is brought to you by Animalistic Outdoors. Check them out at coyotevideos.net.
Welcome back. We're still in Mississippi. We've got Justin Rogers from Old South Lures. He's still showing me the ropes. So we're gonna go out, follow me along, and see if I'm lucky enough to fill one of my bucket list animals, the American otter.
Got an otter.
Finally. We've been against all the odds this whole trip, and I finally caught an otter. Now, this was what I wanted to come to Mississippi for, those otters. We just don't have them. We don't have them. Pretty cool. We had this break. We had this break in the dam, and like we keep saying, back home in PA, this isn't an option. We've got to stay so far away from these dams. But these animals, they use these crossovers. And from what I gather, it probably was coming up the stream, shot up in the crossover, or vice versa, and was headed back down. But I wanna see what we got here. This thing kept getting brushed in, I don't know how many times, and we just kept pulling it out, pulling it out, pulling it out. You know, for 70-degree weather, this is some cold water.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got. Not too bad. Considering all my otter experience, this is a pretty good otter right here. I'd say it's a female. Yep. Nice otter. May not be the biggest one in the swamp, but it's definitely getting mounted. Definitely. Awesome. Awesome. Now, Justin, you take a bunch of them here every year, don't you?
Yeah, I trapped the swamp since I was a kid. I know where all the runs and crossovers are. So I think this time of year you'll start these big males to start chasing these females. There's a good chance to reset this, a good chance to catch a male here tonight.
Well, we've got one more day of trapping here, and have you seen, I mean, this is our first time Mississippi trapping. Have you seen water levels change like they have?
It goes up real quick and it comes down quick, but this is extreme.
I mean, some of my sets were, what, 1.5 feet out?
It's dropping a foot or more a day, so.
I'm starting to wonder, you know, we come down here, we've been doing some land trapping, catching some coyotes and stuff, but to be able to take an otter, this is why I came. I wanted to catch an otter. Hot dog. It's about time. This one's definitely going to the taxidermist. Now let's get that set remade. Oh yeah. Real nice otter. Suit casing perfect. That Duke 330, he never knew what hit him. It's gonna look good in the old man room. Alright, now what we did, we're using some H stands that I'd gotten from PCS Outdoors. And what's nice about these, now up home we don't really have a lot of use for these because it's so much deeper what we're dealing with water-wise. But these short H stands made it awesome. And what it does, you push that down in the mud, it'll lock that trap solid. You don't have to worry about bracing it off or anything because it really puts it in real good. So what we're going to do, we're going to reset this trap. Now I had it wired off, and the reason I did that is from some beaver trapping. A lot of times you catch those big beaver, and when they get hit, they'll crash. It doesn't kill them right away. And when that happens, we don't want to lose them. So we tie them off. We know we're not going to lose any of our gear or our animal. I'm gonna reset this. I always go first notch. It's just a habit. I don't know if it's really that important. We're gonna set this on this H stand. Watch your fingers. You're gonna make sure that thing sits down in there good. I always leave my safety triggers on because I don't want to take a chance of it firing if I happen to bump it. So we're just gonna plug this channel up just like we had it before. I like to keep my hands like this. That way if something would happen, that trap would fire, I can ride it right off my hands. It's not gonna get me. And we're just gonna push it down in. Try to get it down in as far as you can. It's not as imperative to have it completely underwater like you would think. We're going to end up throwing some sticks and stuff back over it. Anything comes up across here, they're not even going to be paying attention to the trap. They're going to slide right through it. We're going to take some of these branches. We're going to throw right back over it. All right, now we're ready to pull our safety triggers off. We had this fenced in because we were mainly targeting beaver, but we knew these otters were in here. So I was told by Justin that they were in here. I was starting to doubt him. The only thing I've been seeing is coyotes and snakes. Not really a snake guy myself. I just seen a big water snake there about 5 minutes ago, but I took 10 years off my life. So, I mean, we don't have to get super elaborate with it. That trap's solid. These otters, beavers are gonna come through here. The beavers are gonna come in. They're gonna try and replace this dam. These otters are gonna use this as a crossover. Quick way to get to the dam and back and forth. So, that's a remade set on a crossover. Tickled to death. Scored my first otter, and you got to see it. All right, Justin, let's get greedy and find something else.
Thank God.
You know, I really want to thank Justin for putting me on this otter. You know, me and Justin have been good friends for a few years now, and for him to open up his trapping ground to let me come down and fulfill a lifelong dream, I really appreciate it. When we come back, we're headed to Georgia with Brian McKee from Southern Snares and Supply. He's going to show us some of the dangerous water trapping that he has to face every day when we come back.
Do you need a blind that will keep you warm on a cold winter day? Do you need a blind that won't blow away on a windy fall afternoon? Do you need a blind that will never wear out? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then you need a Blind Turtle hard-shell hunting blind. This solid one-piece unit is perfect for deer hunters, turkey hunters, archery hunters, and gun hunters. Put it this way, if you hunt, the Blind Turtle is perfect for you.
What do you demand in a quality knife? You want a knife that works as hard as you do. Weeby knives are made for trappers who want efficiency and perfection. The Weeby Elite double-edged fleshing knife has one edge that's ultra sharp, and the other side has just the right edge for pushing fat and meat for perfectly fleshed furs. And don't forget about the Weeby Wicked Sharp, the planet's sharpest skinner. When the blade goes dull, simply snap on a new one, you're ready to go. Find them at DakotaLineSnares.com.
Where'd you get all that stuff? DakotaLineSnares.com. I bet it cost you a fortune to ship all that. Nope, not DakotaLineSnares.com. It's $9.95. Flat rate, it doesn't matter what you get.
Dakota Line Snares and Trapping Products has everything you need right at your fingertips. Our warehouse is packed with trapping supplies you need to be successful on your trap line, and with flat rate shipping of $9.95 on all orders, you get your money's worth.
Hey, what are you doing? I'm going to put my order in at DakotaLineSnares.com now.
Welcome back. In this week's Duke Trap Set of the Week, we're going to hook up with Brian McKee of Southern Snares and Supply. Now, Brian's going to show us what it's like to trap in his backyard. You know, his backyard's a little bit different. He faces a lot more challenges than I do back home. You know, when I'm water trapping, my biggest fear is are my traps going to be iced over. I don't have to worry about battling snakes or gators or anything else that might ants, anything else that might just grab a hold of you, bite you, or kill you. Let's join up with Brian and just see what kind of fun he has on the line.
Hey, good morning, everybody. All right, checking beaver traps. I got a snare here, is what I've got, and been using a pretty small diameter 1/16 cable, 1x19 with a cam lock. And I've got a pretty good size beaver in it. As you can see, he is a big one. This thing's every bit of 50, maybe 55 pounds. Let me pan out just a little bit. Now I'm sitting here in a canoe. I'm getting ready to pull up there. I gotta dispatch this guy. But yeah, that's a good size beaver. And looks like he pretty well tore up the place.
While Brian's checking his traps, he's got a little company. Let's see how he handles this one.
Alright, checking traps. And that joker right there is waiting for me. Come over here to reset a snare that got knocked down. And that joker he is standing his ground. He's about to feel what it's like to get a face full of 22 Magnum rat shot. And it helps if I take the safety off. I know I hit him. He done swam off. Give him a taste of his own medicine.
Buddy, I'm not so sure you hit that snake, but I want to see how you handle this gator that you snared.
Checking beaver traps this morning and caught this joker in one of my beaver snares. Not good. He's about 6.5 feet long, maybe. Between 6.5. I don't think he's longer than 7. But that's one of my extreme beaver snares right there holding them. With an earth anchor and a split ring. A mini split ring at that. Very much alive. It's a net catch too with that. I think I can get an angle on him and just shoot the snare off of him altogether. Got the gator loose. I was able to shoot the lock off of him. And he's swimming off. He's trying to hide from me. Now, when I set this snare just a couple days ago, this piece of dry land here was one big ant pile. And so he might be covering in ants too. There ain't no telling. You can see the snare right there, wired off of some 9-wire, and you can see it's wrapped around the bottom or the base of that small bush. You know, that 1/16, I mean 1/19 cable. It holds up pretty good. So far I haven't had any issues with it. It holds a good loop. And no complaints. All right, I've got the beaver dispatched, and it's a body catch is what it is. It wasn't a net catch, which that's not too uncommon. So I'll weigh him up at the house. And he pretty well tore up this area. Now, one thing I do when I'm snaring like this for these beaver is I'll use a split ring just like that, so I don't have to untie my 9-wire every time I go to change out a snare. So good little tip there for you guys that are doing that. I was telling you about the ants. This place is loaded with ants. This little mound is actually a little ant hill, and they're biting.
Thanks, Brian. That was a pretty cool segment. When we come back, we're headed back to the water in Mississippi.
You take every step to make sure your hunt is safe. Now, take safety to the next level and make sure your field dressing is as safe as the hunt. Hunters Help Technologies has found a way to make sure your post-hunt responsibilities are as safe as possible. The Easy Gut tool helps you get the chest cavity open without cutting anything but that skin that you want to cut. The trachea cutter does just what it says. You just reach into the chest cavity and punch right through that tough trachea. No more fumbling with a knife to try to avoid cutting yourself in the process. You can find all our products at huntershelp.com.
The trophy moment only lasts a couple of seconds, but the story will be passed on for generations. They only see the glory, not the sacrifice. But I don't wait for my tall tale of glory. I handcraft my journey from start to finish. They don't see what goes on behind closed doors. An epic saga is worth 1,000 words, but my story boils down to 3. Little Whiskey Girl. Save luck for the weekend hunter.
Who better to get your trapping supplies from than trappers who know what you need in the field?
Come on in.
PCS Outdoors is one-stop shopping for name-brand trapping, predator hunting and calling supplies, shooting and pest control gear at discount prices.
A lure for every animal you'd be targeting.
PCS Outdoors stands above the competition.
Quality Asabo brand snares being made here in Michigan.
Go to PCSOutdoors.com for great selection and prices that'll make you want to stock up for your next trapping or outdoor adventure.
Hello folks, welcome back. We're headed back to Mississippi and we're going to join up with Brian McKee from Southern Snares and Supply. Now you want to pay attention to what Brian says and does. Brian will catch over 500 beavers a year, and if anybody that's ever trapped beaver, the amount of work and know-how that goes into it is just utterly insane. You know, I'm coming from an area in my home state of Pennsylvania where catching 10 beavers is a lot of work. And for somebody to pile up numbers consistently of 500 a year is just insane. So, you know, when we hooked up to go on this trip together, I mean, he's coming from Georgia, 8 hours away to hook up with us, and we had a nice little group of guys trapping. I kind of wanted to pay attention to what he was doing because, I mean, anybody that's putting up that kind of numbers, they definitely know what they're doing. Now, we rolled in the first day, and Brian showed me a set that I wasn't familiar with up north, and he was using a drowning rod set. Sit back and watch what happens.
All right, we're down here in Mississippi. We're doing a little bit of beaver trapping here on some private property. As you can see, they've got these culverts here pretty well plugged up. And we set these last night, and been using some drowning rods here. And my trap's missing, so it looks like we've got a pretty good chance of having something on the end of this. Stake down that. These drowning rods are 3/8 inch diameter steel, and they're 10 feet long, and they work pretty well. And we don't have nothing.
First day check, we got a miss. And I'll tell you what, I'm feeling pretty good because the expert beaver trapper, 500 a year guy, he had a miss too, which makes me feel pretty good. Not that he missed a beaver, because we are in this farm to try to get these beavers out of here, but if he catches that many beaver and he has misses too, it makes me feel pretty good.
We got a trip trap. We'll reset this real quick. It won't take just a second. That's one thing I like about these, is they are fast to set. Let's take that in there. Reset the trap. We should be good to go. I do use some blocking on these. You don't have to block real tight. I like to keep them kind of loose. I still got my lure here. Some lure I've been using from Old South Lures. And that's it. We'll reset it. We'll come back in the morning and hopefully we'll have a beaver.
But on the next check, it was a little different story. He wasn't going to let that beaver get away again.
Okay, well, we're back over here at the pond checking this beaver trap. Now, the other day it was sprung and we didn't have anything in it. So we're back here, we're looking, we can't find it, so we're hoping we've got a beaver down here on the end of this drowning rod. We'll go ahead and pull it up and check, see what we have. Looks like we got a little something.
Oh, beaver.
We got ourselves that's probably about an average sized beaver. This is probably about a 35 pounder, 40 pounder maybe. Got a front foot catch, which is great for drowning them. When we remade this set, we remade it with a little bit of a castor mound. We added some of Old South's tree hugger lure, and it did the trick. It did real good. So that's one less beaver in this pond, and so I think the landowner will be pretty happy with that.
Well, folks, I want to thank you for being with me this week when I trapped my first otter. You know, that's the cool thing about trapping. There's always room for that first or that next, whether it's your first coyote, your first coon, or my first otter. You know, that's the beauty of this sport. I've been trapping for over 20 years, and I'm still looking for my next first. Until next time, as we always say, we're keeping the tradition alive here at Trapping Time. You want to talk about first? This is the first time I fully understood Justin Rogers. And I'm telling you right now, I'm trapping anywhere that has snakes and gators swimming with me all the time. The first thing I'm going to do is get my big butt out of there. If you liked what you saw, go to our Facebook page, Trapping Time TV, and let us know what you think. Or you can go to our website at trappingtimetv.com.